All right, let's go over the answers that we didn't get to in class. So the first one is a piecewise function, and I'm going to do both options. I'm going to do make a table, so 2x minus 3. I'll make a table for 0. Oh, just kidding, I don't want 0. I only want to pick x's that are greater or equal to 2. So I'll pick 2, 3, and 4 for my x's. So 2 times 2 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. And then 2 times 3 minus 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. And 2 times 4 minus 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. So I'm going to have a closed dot at 2, 1, and a dot at 3, 3, and a dot at 4, 5. And then it's going to keep going forever. All right, then I'm going to try this other method where I just start graphing it. So I have a dot at 1, and then down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1. But I only want x's that are less than 2. So I don't want these people, and in fact I want this circle to be an open dot. And I'm going that direction. The domain is all real numbers, and my range is y's greater than, not less than, greater than -1. Because it's an open dot, it's only greater than, not greater than or equal to. All right, let's do this question. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. So if I know 3 things, this is y, this is x, and this is m, then y equals mx plus b. 3 equals -2 times 6 plus b. 3 equals -12 plus b. Add 12 to both sides, and I get 15. Now I can write the equation y equals -2x plus 15. And that's my answer. All right, let's go over to this one. We want to write an equation in slope-intercept form. So I didn't give us m. We got to figure out m, and then we'll know 3 and we can find b like we did the last time. So if I subtract, let's go -2 minus 4, 3 minus 6. I get -6 on top, -3 on the bottom. So my slope is, +2. Now I can use either ordered pair. I can use the blue ordered pair or the pink ordered pair. It doesn't matter. So I guess I'll use the pink one because everybody's positive. So y is 4, m is 2, x is 6, plus b. Y. Why did I write y? 4. This is a 4. I know what y is. Y is 4. 4 equals 12 plus b minus 12 minus 12. B is -8. So now I know that y equals 2x plus 8. Remember, we got this 2 from up here. Oh, not plus 8, not plus 8. No, 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 it's a -8. This was a good thing I went back and double checked. And the -8 comes from over here. All right, let's do this one. Rewrite this into standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. So I think the first thing I should do is distribute the -6. And so I get y minus 9 equals -6x minus 54. The 54 is just fine. I need the -9 to go to this side because those are my c's. I need this guy to go over to the left side of the equal sign. So now I have positive 6x plus y. If I add 9 to both sides, I get -45. And is the first person positive? Yes. Is the first person a whole number? Yes. I'm done. If he had been a fraction or a negative, we would have had to make some changes, but he wasn't. He was whole number and positive. All right, next question. Rewrite this guy in standard form. So all I have to do is move him to the other side. -4x plus y equals, what was that? He was a -8. And I don't like that my leading coefficient is negative, so I'm going to change him, which means I change him, and I change him. Everybody gets changed, and I'm good. That's exactly what I wanted. All right, write an equation in point slope form. That one was y minus y equals m times x minus x. And this guy is x, this guy is y, this guy is m. There's nothing to work out. All I have to do is write y minus 2, because if he's positive here, then I write negative when he goes down there. Here's my m, so I'm going to write 1/2 x minus, let's see what this guy was. He was a -8, so now he becomes a +8. That's it. I'm done. Point slope form. There's nothing left to do. All right, write this guy in point slope form. So I don't know m, so the first thing I have to do is find that. 12 minus -4 over -7 minus 1. 12 minus -4 turns into 12 plus 4, which is 16, over -8, which is equal to -2. Now I can use either, if I do this back in color, I can use either the blue ordered pair or the pink ordered pair. So the blue ordered pair answer would say y minus 12 equals -2 x plus 7. The pink answer would say y plus 4 is equal to -2 parentheses x minus 1. These are both equally good answers. It doesn't matter which one, they would both be correct on the test. All right, let's go to the next page. So up here at the top, I'm finding percent of change. There are 3 steps: subtract, divide, and hop, or multiply by 100 if you want to think of it that way. 12 minus 10 is 2. 2 divided by 12, it's always dividing by the first number in the question. 12 came first, so 12 goes on the bottom. Draw the house, 2 goes in the house, do the division. The decimal answer is 0.16 repeating, so I've done 2 of the steps. I subtracted and got 2. I divided and got this decimal. Now I need to hop or multiply by 100, so 16.6%. It would be fine to say 16.7%. It would be fine to say 17%. I kind of like the one with the bar the best, but they're all pretty good answers. All right, find the discounted price. So we've got 45 minus 45 times 0.25, or 45 times 0.75. So you're either going to take the price minus the price times the percent, or price times the percent you're paying. If you're not paying 25%, if you're not paying 25%, you are paying 75%. If you multiply, you get $11.25, and if you subtract that from $45, you get $33.75. If you do this multiplication, you get $33.75 right away. All right, sales tax would be the price plus the price times the percent, or the price times 1.054. If you do the multiplication and put a 1 in front, it takes care of this addition for you, so you could do it in 1 step, or you can do it in 2 steps. You get $20 plus $1.08 in sales tax, so it's $21.08. If you do this, you get $21.08 directly. All right, let's solve and graph this guy. You can sing any song you want first. I like getting rid of the x on the right. Minus 2x minus 2x. Cross out what's my answer. And subtract 5 from both sides. That would be 66. Negative 6x is less than or equal to 66. Divide by -6. X is greater than or equal to -11. So I had to change the direction of the inequality sign because I divided by a negative. And then if I go to graph it, I've got -11, some neighbors, and closed dot going to the right. All right, let's look at this one. This is more than. So 4x plus 7, 21, 4x plus 7, -21. If we do Megan's trick, we just say, keep that one the same and make this one the one that's different. Don't worry about the word in the middle. It'll come to us later. If you want to think about, when I was teaching it, I said more is or. So it's going to be an or question. All right, so -7. Cross out what's my answer. 4x is greater than 14. Or, don't forget the word, 4x is less than -28. We're dividing by a positive. 14 divided by 4 is equal to 3.5. Does it go in 3 times? Yeah, 2. So x is greater than 3.5, or x is less than -7. If I go to graph it, oh, I don't have very much space, do I? If I go to graph it, I've got -7 over here, and 0 somewhere in the middle, and 3.5 over here. It's an open dot greater than 3.5, open dot less than 7. Make sure you have this whole entire answer, including the word. Now, if this had been an and question, a less than and question, then we'd be doing something different. So this only helps us if it's more than. All right, here's an and question. I can do all of this at the same time. My first song is to subtract 5. Cross out what's my answer. 6 is less than 2x, which is less than or equal to 12. Divide everybody by 2. 3 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 6. So on my number line, 3, 4, 5, 6, I've got a colored in dot, an open dot, and everybody in the middle. All right, let's do this or question. So I am adding 13. X is less than 11. I'm subtracting 20. X is greater than or equal to 14. Number line, here's 11, 12, 13, 14. So I've got less than 11, greater than or equal to 14. Don't forget the word in the middle. He's super important. All right, that's how to do each of those questions.